Good morning, guys. Leslie at Inskeep Bakers. Coming to do chores. Oh, it is like mid-70s. Rain that came in the other night really helped with our heat wave. We are taking milk. Gonna go out and feed. Oh, there's the cart. We're gonna go feed pigs, and then I gotta do chores. I got a text this morning. Hi, boys. Asking me to babysit tomorrow for my cousin. So I'm gonna try to get as much done today as I can, because when he's here, it's gonna be a little bit hard to do anything. Anything but regular chores. Good morning. I'll try to steal this cart before Bianca gets out here. She's getting ready to come out and throw hay, so it's a lot easier if I can drag this along. Well, this camera just is not happy lately. I don't know. It said it had an issue with my memory card, but this little kitten was up on the deck with Mom, came zooming out here. Now Abel's making sure it's okay. So we're gonna try to feed pigs real quick before she comes out wanting the cart for hay. Okay. Thor's ready. Pig feed's ready. Those guys are definitely ready. Eldred's ready. If you can see her, Freya's sleeping in there. Pig, pig! Pig, pig, pig! Freya! I went looking all through the woods for her yesterday, and she must have been in here sleeping behind the round bale, because when I come back up, she was up here. Neighbors' chickens are taking care of flies and bugs for us. I'll have to go wake her up. She'll probably hear it when I drop feed. Alright, let's get these guys done. Okay, well, hopefully the camera will cooperate better now. I brought trimmers, tie tool, duct tape, well, technically Gorilla Tape, but we're going to catch some squash bugs, some eggs, try to get some of this becoming jungle tied up, and get some tomatoes pruned and tied up. It's probably about all we need to do today. Go out and just kind of clean. Well, there's a couple squash plants that didn't make it over there. Clean them up, get them out of here, and maybe try to weed a couple of these tubs a little bit here. This is the worst one with the black walnut trees, so see how long the camera lasts. Okay, I think you guys can see over here. I'm going to, oh, there's two cucumber plants here. Why did I plant two next to each other? I'm going to get this one started up here. Those I had to have just put seeds in the ground because they are not very big yet. Then I might have to turn you guys a little bit here. Okay. Then we're going to try to work on this cantaloupe a little bit here. Looks like it is starting to get some melons on it. that one? Oh, I ran out of tape, I believe. Yep, I gotta go in and find another roll of tape. Okay, we got blue tape this time. Thought that might be better for when we get to the tomatoes, so I don't see red and think it's tomatoes all the time. Not sure that I have this in here right. Let's see. Not very good instructions that come with this thing. And it didn't show how the tape was fished through on the box. Guess I could probably go on Amazon and maybe see what it looked like there. But I thought I had it, but it's not quite right. Oh, now I think I broke it. I did. Came with the tape already strung on it in the box. So I looked at it in the beginning and of course went, oh yeah, I'll remember how to do that. Of course I don't remember how to do that. So while I'm trying to get this fed through there, I listed our cows on Craigslist for sale and have somebody coming to look at them tonight. So hopefully it's what they're looking for and they can put a deposit and come back and get them soon. We'll see. Okay, now let's try to sort these out a little bit here. So many tendrils to straighten out. Okay, let's try this. Aha, I think I got it. Got her figured out. Yes. So for when I forget, it comes up through the little feed slot back into the inside where it cuts the tape. Not that I'll be able to go back and find this on where it belongs, but I'll be able to match. Go back and find the right video, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I might have cut that one. Okay. Bees are all over these. That is excellent. Jojo. I think I've only grown cantaloupe one other time, and I just let it kind of take over on the ground. And it was a hot mess. So I'm trying to keep up with it better this time. But I'm starting to think I should have done one cantaloupe plant on this entire side of the panel. Because these are going to be taking over this whole area here shortly. Okay, I think I got the watermelon sorted. Oh, definitely need to be out here like every day, every other day, just checking and tying. And I knew not being out here enough, I was going to have kind of a mess like this. But it's worse than what I thought. But that's the story of my life. We do have some cucumbers though. Not that long, it's not quite ready. A couple of smaller ones and then all kinds just starting. Joey, don't eat the bugs, especially my bees, please. Okay. It's a big vine. I need to check and see if I can cut some of these leaves off of here without killing my cucumbers. Never pruned cucumbers, so I don't really know. just to try to make it a little bit easier to maintain. I'm glad I didn't plant anything out here in the middle, because I think all of this stuff is going to end up taking over. Not very good planning on my part, but at least I left that open. Get out of my plants, Joe. We're gonna have cucumbers and watermelons taken over here, cucumbers and cantaloupes taken over there. Oh. Let's see if we can work on some squash bugs and eggs. So just take my tape, overlap just the end of it so that I can put a couple fingers through. Try to make sure you look at every leaf. And right on the back side of here is eggs. Kind of a copper color. Alright guys, well it's Thursday afternoon and I had nothing but issues with the camera apparently yesterday, between it getting too hot and the battery, and it said that something was wrong with my memory card, so I missed like most of what I did yesterday. I don't know, I gave up with the camera at least. I am babysitting for my cousin today, probably tomorrow. He's got a little bit of a fever, so he can't go back to daycare yet. So he is napping, so we're just going to take a quick walk through, try to show you what I did yesterday. I haven't even looked to see what we got on camera and what we didn't, but here's basically what I did. Tried to prune and tie up the zucchini a little better. This one just will not stay upright. And a bunch of these kind of dying off. This one, oh, Joey's full of it today. And this one, they have fresh green stuff growing, but they're just not doing so hot. And pulled one here, and there's a little one that hopefully will make it, of the green zucchini. Tried to clean up all the mess along there, and it's all in a pile. Got most of this stuff tied up. Some of it's just going to have to sprawl out on the ground, because I should have had probably less on these trellises. Got these Romas all pruned and tied up best I could, at least. Some of them need a little bit more height to get the next tie on them, but they're definitely much better than they were yesterday. thinking I probably need to turn my irrigation on for a little bit. I tied up anything that was still alive in here, took a lot of squash bugs, eggs, and I mean just the tiniest little, they must have just hatched eggs for squash bugs, because oh my goodness, I don't know how many pieces of duct tape, well actually here's a piece of duct tape that I didn't get yesterday, or I got but I forgot to take in with me. Good thing I saw that, because that needs to go out of the garden and be disposed of. So squash bug, tiny little, I don't know if it's going to come in clear or not, tiny little squash bug, and then eggs. Ugh. Fold that over, so if it hatches, the eggs hatch, hopefully they don't get anywhere, but we're going to dispose of that. What else? Tied up pumpkin. I need to take a walk out, I keep saying it and I haven't gotten it done yet, and pull some more pumpkins from the compost pile, but they're doing so well back there I don't really want to disturb them. And I was just out there to let the cows back up, so I don't really want to take the time to go back there while he's in the house napping. Got all these tomatoes and things pruned up, tied. I gotta hook up my hose for that irrigation. I ate a few strawberries, cleaned up some of this stuff, and that's about all I got done yesterday. I ate a few more blueberries. This is, I don't know, there were several piles, but tomatoes that I pruned, tomato stuff that I pruned. So, oh yeah, we didn't get the extra rain that they were calling for. So, I really need to see about getting dirt brought up here, or soil, compost, whatever it is. Sweet potatoes definitely need to be weeded, but they are doing really well. I brought up another bale of straw. I really need to get that out here. Maybe that'll be the next thing I do before I run back in the house. There's a few weeds I can pull out there, but potatoes are really starting to pop up, so I need to get a little extra straw on there, just so once the tubers start growing, they're not exposed to the sun. And looks like grapes are doing pretty well. Well, I made quite the mess over here. This is all ivy. Oh, there's another onion. I think somebody said they thought it was morning glory, and I think that's right. I have a handful, very large handful of onions that, as I was kind of pulling the ivy out, they got pulled out with it. There's still quite a bit here. It's much better than it was. I just need to try to stay on top of it a little better, I guess. I did pull the radishes that are left, and I'll show you why I pulled those. Not doing great, but that rhubarb's doing okay. The big one over here that I'd already harvested a bunch off of, this stuff definitely needs some water. I think I need to see if I can put an irrigation line down the center of this and hook it up over with my other stuff somehow. So yeah, I'm gonna go show you what I got there. So here's my onions that lost the battle with the ivy. I'll take those in and clean them up, and we'll just use those pretty quickly. Little tiny carrot, it's slightly dry though, that lost the battle. And then all these radishes that went to seed. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the YouTube channels that I watch. I'll go back and look, and if I think about it, I'll put it on the screen. But she said she preserves these little pods and uses them in like stir fries and stuff, kind of almost like an onion, I guess. I believe that's what she said. But she just, you know, clips them all off, preserves them, and like I said, puts them in stir fry and things like that. I ate one while I was out there. It was a kind of a larger one, so maybe it wasn't the best, but it was slightly bitter, but it was definitely tasted kind of like a radish. I could see using them like in place of onions. So I guess I'm gonna go through and just snip all of these off of here before I take them in, rinse them off. I'll stick them in the fridge for a little bit, and if I don't get them used up right away, or if there's way too many, maybe I'll just stick some in like the freezer or something. I don't know. It's the first time that I forgot about my radishes and I've actually gotten these little pods, so I figured why not try it. Alright, I got that other bale of straw on the potatoes. So there's a potato plant popping up. There's, well, I probably covered some of them up in here, but there's another one down here. There's a whole bunch out there on that side. Oh, I don't think they've all really popped up. Here's another small one coming up. But there are quite a few. I weeded the sweet potatoes. I think I got everything. They are really starting to vine out. The ones that we planted, this half and this one, as the full slip, are obviously much larger vines. These others are vining well. Some more, oops, missed some. Some more than others, but they are growing and doing good. So I don't know if I mentioned it yet, I was waiting on a feed order from New Country Organics. That's where I get my chaff hay and my swine supplement and a bag of kelp. I think I probably told you guys that, but he came while I was out here weeding sweet potatoes. I went in, checked on little man. He is sleeping right inside the window out here where I'm working, so, but his nap is probably about over. It's been an hour and a half, and I've been in and checked on him multiple times. Don't worry, I didn't just leave him in there. I'll work for about 5-10 minutes and walk back in and check on him. Oh, I know what I didn't show you guys yesterday that I was meaning to. Make sure you guys can see this here. Find it. Look. Good sized cucumber. There's a few more smaller ones in here. Another one kind of in between the two sizes. So we will be picking cucumbers sooner than later, which is good because those are one of Jason's favorites. So I guess I'm going to see if any of this stuff is still alive. Looks like, whoops, thyme, parsley, cilantro, mint is bouncing back. I don't know about those couple basils. Mullein, stevia, my holy basil. So I'm going to take this stuff up to the back deck, and I don't know if I'll be able to get any of those to bounce back. I'm going to pull a couple more of these dill that self-seeded out here And I think we're going to go plant that in a green stalk right now. Okay guys, don't mind the AC in the background. Not much I can do about it, it's hot. So this is my green stalk. There are 5 tiers in this one. So this is one of the, like, I guess originals that they came out with. They make ones now with shorter, like shallow tiers and stuff like that. They come in all different types of, different shades, colors, whatnot. This one has wheels on the base. It has where you can attach a tube for drainage, or if, like when I take it in the sunroom for over the winter, it's got a cap that I can put on that, so when you water it, either any excess runs out the tube, or you can cap it so it doesn't make a mess on your floor. So what I'm going to do is go through and plant basically a bunch of herbs. I don't think this basil is going to make it, but this one does have a fresh sprout and a few newer leaves here. So I'll probably stick both of those in here, only the one I'm sure will survive. I went and found a bunch of seeds that I've got in there, so I've got some Thai basil. We'll plant a couple there. This is one of the dill, volunteer dill from out in the garden. I've got another basil blend. We'll put some here. This is the holy basil that I bought from Azure Standard, and an opal basil. So we'll see. We'll go through and put those in, but then over here I have the thyme that I bought, and then I have 2, I'm pretty sure that they're the same, English thyme, just one is a non-GMO from Jung Seed, and the other actually I think came with this, so super old seeds. I'm gonna prune my mint back as a chocolate mint, because it has fresh stuff growing on it, but all of this, the rest of this died sitting out in the sun out there. I'm gonna put it on like the 2nd tier up. It may end up going 3rd tier up, just because these, the thyme and the mint are gonna kind of cascade down the side. This one is going to be parsley on 1/2 and cilantro on the other. I do have some cumin seeds. Doesn't tell me how tall that gets. I might put that next to the mint or something. And then these last 2 tiers, which will probably be the top 2 tiers, I'm going to put just some lettuce blends, like a, I probably don't pronounce it right, but like a mesclun blend. Mesclun? I don't know how you say it, but just a salad, a leaf lettuce blend, because that's our favorite. I do have another green stalk that I had Swiss chard and some spinach in. I'm pretty sure the Swiss chard all died off. It was so hot in the sunroom. But at least half of the spinach is doing okay, so I'll probably bring that out, plant some more spinach and lettuce in that one. The biggest thing is just making sure that Cain and Abel don't eat my plants or topple them over. So one was back here in the corner, and I'll probably put one in the corner, probably one on each corner by the steps, just because they shouldn't bother it too much there, but we'll have to keep an eye on them. So I'm going to go ahead, probably fast forward it, speed it up for you, get this stuff planted, and then I'll find some lettuce seeds and I'll show you how they get stacked. Okay, so that is everything except the lettuce. And let me get the rest of the pieces and I'll show you how they get put together. So I got some cobwebs and stuff from sitting, not a big deal. So each one of these gets a watering tray, which is why I was, probably kind of saw me trying to keep some of the dirt out of the center. So it has a hole for each one of these. I don't know if it really matters, but I try to put a hole pointing at each one. And so as you stack them, you water from the top, and it gets this big tray in the top. So you fill the water to, if you have 3, what are these, levels, trays? If you have 3, 4, or 5, you fill to that level. It also has essentially one of these built into it with the drain holes for your top layer, but then it also, the excess goes down the center and into each one of these and all the way down to the bottom. So they all kind of water one after another from the top down. So we're going to do our basil. What is this? All basil? No, I don't even remember what I planted here. I think it was all basil and a dill. And then I think we're going to do our cilantro and parsley next. So all you do is you take it and it turns slightly, and the bottom of this locks into each one of these. So I just need to watch my tags because they will probably be in the way where I put them. So each one has a locking piece underneath here. I'm going to go ahead and move my tags. Make sure, cobwebs. Make sure each one gets, you know, locked into place where it needs to be. And then I'm going to put another watering tray on top of this one. Another watering tray. And then I'm going to set one more on top of here, and then I'm going to go find my seeds and just plant them kind of as I go. Okay, I'm gonna go find my lettuce seeds. Okay, I am going to go ahead and just plant my lettuce seeds directly in here. And then I am going to go get the little man up because it has been 2 hours, excuse me, for his nap. And if I don't get him up, he is not going to sleep for Mom and Dad tonight, and they are not going to be happy with me. Even though he's not feeling well. I think he's had a long enough nap. So I just shook some seeds out. I'm just going to pull some of this from the center where that water tray is going to go. Barely cover those. I'm going to do the same thing just real quick on the next one. And then I need to go get him up. Then I'll just fill the water from the top. Since I just planted seeds, I'll probably go along and water each hole, and then I'll water the top in. But that is how simple a green stalk is. So I have to finish this last one, add to my stack. But that's it, guys. Have a good day. See ya on the next one. Hi, Stu.